Yo, what is going on, guys? Found a video that kind of liked and I thought was interesting. Come across this channel here, which is Predator Official Gaming. Never heard of it, but it was in my recommended, and I seen the title, Destiny Free to Play is a Scam. All right, and now all I could think about is like, wow, that sounds like a video I would make. Is because I think a lot of our community don't bring to light just how scummy Bungie business practices are, you know, and some people just don't care. They'd rather just shut up and keep buying the DLC. And it's kind of nice to see other people still helping other people be aware of it, right? Because I have friends that completely stopped playing Destiny because they're just flat out sick of buying new DLCs just so you can eradicate the things that they have bought, so you can charge them money for things they have previously already paid for, like a Gallonhorn, Ayas Luna, and a Matador. Those are items that we have already bought. Why are we paying for them again? But anyways, guys, I'm going to let this video play out. I will be stopping it, breaking it down, kind of giving my reaction to it a little bit, actually even giving some of my thoughts. I have watched this, but I want to elaborate on this because I think it's something that needs to be seen.
To this strange world, hoping I could learn a bit about how to give and take. But since
Hello and welcome to another FOG video about Destiny 2 and our beloved Bungie. So for this video, I would like to look at and explore the answer to a very simple question. Is the free-to-play model slowly destroying and killing Destiny 2? I'm also very curious.
Free to play is fine,
would
guys.
like to know in the comments what you guys think about this particular topic. However, it is definitely worth watching the video to the end to get...
I'll just say this real quick. Free to play is fine because you want as many players as you possibly can. You want a lush player base. You don't want to get on a game and have to wait 4 to 5 hours for a match. Go look at Apex and watch how long it takes them to play a battle royale at Apex Predator ranked. You do not want that, bro. And imagine if that game was not crossplay, how much longer it would take them. And then imagine if it wasn't free to play. Imagine what it would do to that matchmaking, bro. Free to play is not the problem. The decisions behind their marketing and what they choose to do with scamming players out of money, basically, that is the problem. Let's go.
Full context of what I mean and my complete argument and point of view on this before you make your comments. So Destiny 2 went free to play in October 2019 with Shadowkeep.
That was a good choice.
With what they called New Light. I think at that point, everything that was going on with Destiny pretty much meant that to be the right thing to do, the right move to make. I mean, player count was very low, but also everyone that was still playing were veterans and experienced players. So every time you went into the Crucible, it was always what you might call a sweater. And let's be honest, most of us just want to have a little bit of casual fun in PvP and get more kills than deaths, obviously. Now, by going free to play, we would get a bunch of newbies, which would widen that spectrum, making PvP in particular less sweaty, more enjoyable, more fun, more casual, and ultimately easier, you know, for us. In quick play, that is, obviously. I think
I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop right here because I just want to make it a note. That's not everybody's opinion. I don't care for things to be easier so I can boost my ego and feel like I did something great. Oh, I got a re-ran out of medals on a lobby full of bots. Like, I don't even understand that argument when people want that. Like, I don't really get that. I've always liked a challenge. I like to compete. I like to, you bring your best to the table, I bring my best to the table. Let's try to get a win here. All right, you're on your side and my side. I like that competitive edge. I never like this mindset of, yes, I can get some kills because people don't know what they're doing. Like, I don't even understand how you feel good about playing a game like that. It's like literally stealing candy from a baby. You guys heard that before, but I don't agree with that. Let's keep going.
Why Bungie decided to turn Destiny free to play was, of course, to build the player base and, with this model, maybe try and make more money. But we will get to that in a second.
We know they try to do that.
By going free
it's the only thing they try to
I
do.
think that mainly they were hopeful that Destiny would become as popular as Fortnite or Apex Legends or Minecraft or Valorant, which of course have absolutely massive player bases. Now, unfortunately, there is of course a pretty big downside to going free to play, or upside. It completely depends on how you look at it. Which of course I'm talking about money. that dollar ching ching, you know? It is well known the way free-to-play games survive, and survive well they do, is by focusing on in-game purchases and as many microtransactions as possible.
With that being said, okay, free to play games survive with basically in-game purchases and as many microtransactions as possible. With that being said, he said there's a massive downside to going to free to play. There isn't. There really isn't, bro. And I guess like you can maybe argue that, but if you make your game correctly, you already had a great game. Destiny has fantastic mechanics, great movement, and nobody's doing their PvE like anybody else, bro. You have great components here to work with already. And if you made that free to play and you did it right, that's the thing. You do it right. So when those free to players come over, they can enjoy the entirety of the game with maybe some cosmetics and things that you can purchase along the way to support the game. But Bungie doesn't do that. Right? They bring the free-to-player players over to shove DLCs that they have to buy in their face to play the Nightfall, that they have to buy the DLC so they can play Trials of Osiris, the game mode that every streamer and every friend is playing on the weekends. Like, you're constantly getting shoved to buy this, buy that. To play the Raids, you have to buy DLC. To play the dungeons, you have to buy DLC. Like, that's what would only hurt your free-to-play player base, because I've seen my friends come over and then don't play the game because they realize that, oh, free to play sucks because you have access to none of the content you actually want to do. And instead you have to go out and buy DLC after DLC after DLC. And if you don't buy the next DLC, well, they take Trials away from you. They add more Nightfalls to the rotation that you cannot do for GM Nightfalls. You don't get access to the new raids, etc., etc. So free to play doesn't have a massive downside. It's just that when you want to be scummy, okay, that's when it has a massive downside, because your free to play is not free to play, right? It's a demo so that you can get into the game, and you have to go pay $40 here, $30 here, $10 here for a season pass. All your cosmetics is locked behind a paywall. Let's just keep going.
Only for cosmetics. But anyway, also having a seasonal model, like a season pass or a battle pass that you pay for each time a new season comes along, which happens every couple of months. As we all know, Bungie also implemented this model into Destiny 2. We're now in Season 14. Now, if we take a game like Apex Legends as an example, you would say the full game is basically free. Sure, it's just multiplayer modes and stuff like that, but nonetheless, if you truly want to play the entire game for free, you can. The same applies to Fortnite for the most part, and pretty much
except for the PvE mode
game out there. You can buy cosmetics.
You have to pay that PvE mode for Fortnite.
But again, for the most part, the full core of these games is completely free. Now let's take a look at Destiny. Bungie call it free to play. Well, I think it's a scam. And here's why. The base game, which is safe to say none of us really play it, apart from PvP that is the only real free part of the game, which in fairness, we have all paid for, or at least a big portion of the player base, which are those of us that have been playing since Destiny 1 or the launch of Destiny 2. We've paid for it. In any case, let's move on. So we pay for any new expansions. We pay for the season pass, which is every 3 months. Because you know, if you don't pay it, you pretty much cannot play the best content of that new season.
You don't have access to it.
On top of that, we still have a ton of cosmetic items locked behind a paywall inside the Eververse store. Not to mention that now, even though we have paid for the content,
can I just say I had no idea that that was that many cosmetics.
The content vault, which, whenever they feel like it, playable and paid for content can simply be removed.
Well, I want to back that up.
Only to then the Eververse store. Not to mention that now, even though we have paid for the content inside the game, Bungie have introduced the content vault, which, whenever they feel like it, playable and paid for content can simply be removed, only to then be replaced with reskinned content for us to pay for again. Because, you know, we have already paid for it once before. I mean, seriously, when it's laid out like this, you cannot tell me this isn't the perfect scam. Because it is. If you think about it, mechanically, we're not paying for anything that pushes the game onto some type of next level gameplay or anything like that. I guess exotics could be an exception to the rule here, but if we're lucky, we're gonna get 2 new weapons at the very most with every new season, and maybe 1 piece of armor per character. And sure, yes, we had stasis added on with Beyond Light, but aside from that, it's all just cosmetic in essence anyway. The armor and weapons are all the same as every other one in the game. It's all the same archetype.
How many times have we had a weapon that come into the game and looks exactly like the weapons that we've had since the dawn of time in Destiny, bro? Right? Like we just got an Al-Mulan hand cannon, right? In that trailer, the new Vidoc with Witch Queen. And that is literally the Al-Mulan hand cannon that we've had in year 1 Destiny 2. Like, how many times have we seen this? And the only thing that's going to be different is they're going to swap out some perks. And it's not purple and blue this time. It's orange. All right. We've seen this too often, man. And this is another scam that he's talking about where I don't even know if it's a scam if you choose to spend your money on it. At this point, I think that, like, if we choose to spend our money on this, we just are doing ourselves a disservice. It's as simple as that, bro. If we choose to be on board with this stuff because it's not doing anything for the community, it's not doing anything for our player base, bro, everyone's gonna come back so hyped for Witch Queen, bro, and give it 2 months. This is so stupid, bro. Why are Invis Hunters allowed to run around for 15.5 hours? Where if you ask them to focus on those things, instead of asking them for new content, I want a new dungeon, man. I need new PvP maps. All right, if you focus on the actual things that can be fixed and make the game better, more enjoyable, like playing a Trials match without having an Invis Hunter running around for 5 hours, like the game would be in a better state. But we're focused on the new content. So what's going to happen is you'll get your new PvP map, and that same Invis Hunter is going to be running around for 6.5 hours now because they decided to do Void 3.0. Anyways, back to the video.
The only thing that Bungie do is stick a new skin onto it and rename it. Sure, we get new missions sometimes, but they're mostly what we've done before. You go here, you kill a bunch of stuff, you know, kill a boss, and that's it. Or you also might get a new open world playable area, which will come with a couple of lost sectors, the same bounties we've done 100,000 times, the same old patrols and public events that we've done, but Bungie still charge the players almost the same as what a brand new AAA game costs. And also, in my opinion, Forsaken was the only expansion that revolutionized Destiny 2 when it was introduced with the Dreaming City,
and
which
the
aside
Last
from all
Wish was
those
amazing.
same patrols and events, it also came with the Ascendant Realm, which of course added a brand new way to play the game as far as these open world areas go. In my opinion, we've all been, in a way, conned into this kind of heavy subscription-based service model where we pay an annual fee of $40 or $50 for any new expansion,
It's more than
which
that, bro.
might or might not be a complete reskin of what we've already paid for in the past anyway. But we're also paying around $10 every 3 months for a season pass. Now that's nearly $100 every year per player, not counting any cosmetic items. Now that's a lot of money in my opinion.
Bro, within like just the last year, I know we're in 2022, but I mean like from this date till the last year, 2021, February 15th, all right, we have bought Beyond Light. I don't know how many season passes. We have then bought the 30th anniversary, which is literally weapons that we have already bought, bro. Why are we buying an Ayaz Luna, a Matador, and a freaking Galahorn, bro? I've already paid for those in D1. So we played for Beyond Light. I don't know how many season passes. The 30th anniversary edition was another $30. We got literally Witch Queen coming out, which is another $40. A season pass coming out, which is another $10, bro. Like, this game is ridiculous, man. And you lock all of our cosmetics that we should be unlocking while playing in comp and quick play and all their other game modes, Grandmaster Nightfalls, dope weapon skins, cosmetics, ornaments. That stuff is locked behind a paywall while we're dropping all this much money on this game, bro. Like, it is ridiculous, man. And I don't lump myself in this because I haven't bought a DLC before Beyond Light since Curse of Osiris. I do not do this, bro. For us out there buying the $117,000 edition of Witch Queen already before we've even touched the actual content to see if it's great, to see if it's fun, it's ridiculous, bro. And the only reason why I would even get the content mostly is to create content around the game, and I instantly regret doing it. Like I bought Beyond Light. Go look at my channel. I bought Beyond Light, bro. Started up a series of like 0 to 5500 on PC, and I was like, dude, why did I buy this, bro? Like this game sucks because they have all these new cool abilities, but it's still a stupid broken sandbox where Telesto is cross mapping you, or you're getting Shatter Dive one hit across the map by a freaking stasis nade that had a freeze radius the size of the Titanic, bro. Like they don't work on these things. They give you new content and then leave the same broken stuff in there until basically the new content after that rolls around. Then, oh, we shouldn't have released it like that. I don't know what we were thinking. Why did we release Stasis that broken? It couldn't be because we wanted more people to buy it. Like, we got to stop supporting this stuff, man.
If we just look at the Steam chart player numbers, we're showing an average of around 50,000 players a day, which is, to be fair, quite a low number for Destiny. But anyway, if they're all buying the expansions and the season pass, which, let's be honest, we probably are, now that's $5 million per year revenue
off of 50,000 players.
Now, sure, most of us have sunk a fair few.
You said just on PC
into Destiny, but still, that's a lot of money. And of course, we're not counting the console players, which are the majority. And to be fair, it's not like Bungie are making amazing, incredible content that's actually worth those amounts. The game has arguably gone down a hill if you compare it to Destiny 1 at least. And apart from Forsaken, in Destiny 2, nothing else has been nearly as great or even close to being that good. And most of it are reskins. Again, Shadowkeep. It's a great example. Anyway, to kind of try and finalize my point. So if you're playing just the free version of the game, which, let's be honest, you're probably not, every time you go into a menu or
you can't play the free play game,
you're going to get an in-game advert asking you
DLC is
to buy
pushed
the
in your
latest
face,
expansion or the season pass or whatever it is, and it's non-stop. It's very annoying. And they're doing it in such a greedy way that it makes you feel that FOMO, that Bungie, funnily enough, always say they're going to try and reduce. Now that means fear of missing out, just in case you don't know what it is. Now at the end of the day, they are pretty much using it as a tactic to get players to buy the content, in my opinion. Now the whole Bungie free-to-play concept has also seemingly led to every piece of new content revolving around extracting more dollar from the players.
It is, bro. It's insane, man.
And
it's bro, people used to say it was Activision, bro. Activision, we're making them do that, man. Bungie are not like this. They're not greedy, bro. They've gotten even more greedy, bro. They spend more time updating that cash shop and they do fixing the actual content in our game, bro. Like, how do we allow stasis grenades to one-shot players with a freeze radius the size of a Mount Olympus for months at a time, but we get a new ornament rotating that cash shop every freaking Tuesday, bro? Like, it's ridiculous, man. You can't defend this stuff, bro. For you guys out there defending this stuff, man, I encourage you just to I don't know, man. I'm gonna pray for you, man, because that's not okay, bro. Like, this is not okay, man. Like, this has to change. Destiny is doing some fantastic things with the mechanics, the PvE side of things, bro. Like, even the Crucible, man, they could do something to make that more competitive, bro. But like, all of it, they know they have something good, and they have all of this BS just take as much money as they possibly can for the community, bro. And I'm sick of it, man. And I'm sick of people supporting it, bro. And I'm not one of the people that support this, bro. Like, seriously, man. Like, I play the game. I enjoy the game. One of the things I like about Destiny is that we have a lush player base, and I can jump in, I can find a match, I can work on my shot, and I can get in and get out. I love that, bro. But like, they know that they're like the only people that's doing that, bro, amongst like a plethora of weapons, a plethora of builds. And then you can go in, you can go in and play with against players, bro, and test this stuff out. And they abuse it, bro. They abuse it, and they will siphon every dollar out of your pocket that they possibly can. But what I try to do is I speak with my wallet as much as I can, bro. The new DLC, I might get it. I might not. But regardless, if you choose to buy the DLC, I'm not here to bash you for it. I just want you to be aware of this, bro. So if a content creator comes up with something like this, bro, go support it. Go like it. Put this in front of other people's eyes, bro. You still have the right to go buy any DLC you want and enjoy it. Play it with your friends. But make sure people understand this, because this right here, this will make our game better. This right here will take our game to the next level so that we're not waiting 3 months on them to patch stasis nades. All right. And while they're updating our cash shop every 5 seconds, speak with your wallets, bro. Anyways, keep going.
Content, they're focusing on making more money from microtransactions. New exotics, new skins for sale. New currency, oh, new redeemable tokens for sale. New mechanics, transmog, well, we better make that an impossible grind, but you know, allow players to buy it from the store if they really want to make use of it. I mean, come on. And the worst problem of it all is that it's getting worse, and I just don't actually see it getting any better. Now, Bungie, again, should really be trying to focus on making good, high-quality content.
Yes.
Not trying to crack the formula that's going to make players spend more cash in the game. That's just heading the completely wrong way. In my opinion, Destiny was 100 times better when you would just buy the content old school style. Oh, did Bungie make a really good expansion? Okay, cool, I'm gonna buy it. Done. That formula works. Free to play.
Except for that formula was never a thing, bro, because here's how Destiny worked with their new content even back in Destiny 1. If you didn't buy Taken King because maybe something didn't look appealing to you, maybe you didn't like the weapon types, maybe you didn't like the environment, whatever. It wasn't like, hey, I can still go back and I can enjoy the raids that I already had. And I can go back and I can play trials and I can... You lost access to those things, bro. Because what they would do is they would make a rule irrelevancy, okay? Basically, your old content that you had Crota's End and then Taken King came out, right? Crota's End became irrelevant because the power level only hit so high. And you needed a higher power level because you wanted to get in there and play trials. You wanted to play Iron Banner where power level was a thing. So guess what? You gotta go play the new raid for the higher power level drops, bro. So what he's talking about never existed, bro. It wasn't just like, hey, Taken King looks cool, I want to go buy that. If it's not like, hey, Taken King doesn't look cool, I'm gonna pass this one. Well, if you pass that one, you might as well just be like, okay, well, I guess I can't play Destiny anymore. Because the only thing you're gonna be left with is Crucible and Strikes, which again, nobody cares to play, bro. If that was all the Destiny offered, nobody would be playing that. We played those playlists so that we can get to the content we actually want to play, the content they actually work on and is good, like trials, nightfalls, raids, dungeons, okay? Nobody is here to play Strikes and Crucible, bro. Just period.
My opinion is slowly ruining Destiny. What do you think? What's your opinion on it? Also, apologies for the very long video. If you know my content, you know it is highly...
Well, that's the end of the video, guys, but I wanted to show this to you, man. I thought this was interesting. I thought that it was of the same like pattern and concept that I think of, man, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, smack the like button. If you're new here, consider subscribing. That's gonna do it for me, guys. I'm out. Peace.
You got the sauce, bitch.